Hi, everybody. It's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. So nice to have you join me. We have a reading today, a reading for Zouzou, and some really interesting, fun things have come through from Zouzou and from the Animal Collective. And for those of you who may be watching me for the very first time, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. But my name is Elaine. I'm an animal Reiki master. So I practice the system of Reiki with animals, and that has led to being able to connect with animals on the other side of life. So I love to share messages with you folks, messages from your animals who have crossed to the other side of life. And it is to help ease the pain. Really, it's to help ease the pain. And we'll get to that in just a minute because I have some thoughts about that. But first, I also like to do individual readings, and this is for Zouzou. So Zouzou, really, I got some really cool stuff coming through from Zouzou. So let's take a look here. I do this with automatic writing. I sit down in a quiet space. I open my mind, I open my heart, and I ask to receive. And ask is an important message that came through from the Animal Collective today, too. So before I put the glasses on, let's see where we go. Okay, so the first thing is Zuzu gave me a really funny taste in my mouth. Um, I can't even quite describe it. And it was almost like she had bitten her tongue or bit the inside of her lip. But I had a funny taste in my mouth. My mouth was watering and my eyes were watering. So sometimes, occasionally, physical symptoms come through for me. And it's just that the way that animals communicate with us. They are able to use our senses as a way to express themselves. And that's what I feel sometimes. Okay, so what else did we get from Zuzu? I got the word fancy. A lot of this was images. I got images more than words, but I just tried to interpret what the meaning was, what words I'm supposed to share. So fancy came through. She knows that she is something else. I don't know if that is a phrase that you've used with her, but she knows she is something else. And some interesting things came through. Images. These were the images. The image of an apple, the image of sun, or like a sun, not just light, not just sunlight, but like a sundial or a plaque that was the sun. Also an odd picture of a snake bird. That's the only way to describe it. It was a bird and a snake at the same time. It was an unusual, it was just a picture of an unusual bird that somehow reminded me of a snake. Also, water came through. Lots of water. Was she drinking a lot of water? Perhaps towards the end, not 100% sure. Hiding in a closet. I got that sense as well. Zuzu is a little doggy, by the way. And diva, the word diva came through. Was Zuzu a little diva? But see, I have a mixed sense about this because I'm even getting a sense now of glamorous. So I had the inspiration while I was doing this reading with Zuzu to put on my favorite earrings, my purple earrings. So I put in my favorite earrings, and I got a sense that a tomboy, that Zuzu loved to be pampered, but was just as playful and fun as a tomboy. I don't know. She liked both. She likes both. She likes to be the diva, and she likes to be the tomboy. Fun loving, very fun loving. And is there, for Zuzu's mama, is there some unresolved guilt? Something unresolved. There's definitely that came up, that there's something unresolved. And that's one of the reasons why she's coming through right at this moment, because Zuzu's been hanging out there for a little while, waiting to connect with me. And I was just had that inspiration come this morning. So there's something out there that is unresolved, and you're supposed to let that go. And the words mirror, mirror on the wall came through. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, and laugh at the doom and gloom. But all right, we'll come back to what she wants you to do. Laugh at doom and gloom. If you're feeling doom and gloom, just begin to laugh. And then I had an image of a cape, and like a little cape did she ever wear a little costume of some kind? Also an angel. The purple earrings, that came in right in the middle to go put the purple earrings in. So I did. Um, and I wrote the word apple twice. Hmm. I can't see what that says. Something about her having something at some point she was hyper. I wrote the word hyper. But here's what she wants you to do. She would like you to light a candle. I often, almost in every reading, and in my little shorter videos, I try to share tips and tricks, suggestions for how you might be able to connect with your animal on the other side, because it's your animal companion is a piece of your soul. They will always be a piece of your soul. And it doesn't matter cat, dog, horse, bearded dragon, your animal companion will always be a piece of you. And so I try to share ways that because they want to connect with you, I try to share these suggestions for how you might be able to make this kind of connection. I know for me, it's taken a lot of trust and a lot of faith and a lot of um, doubt that what if I get it wrong? What if I say something wrong? What if, and, and it's, I've just learned that it's okay, that I share with you unfiltered the messages that I receive from animals on the other side of life. So Zuzu would like you to light a candle. Her suggestion to me was not about dropping into your heart space or holding a piece of or holding her collar. It was to go light a candle. And I don't know where you are or if you even have access to a candle, but I had a visual of a candle in a church. And I don't know, again, I don't know who you are, but so I'm just going to tell you what Zuzu shared with me. I could picture just this bank of candles. Now, when I was a little girl, I would go to church regularly, and in the church there was always these rows of candles, stacks and stacks of candles. And I picture this dark little alcove with stacks of candles, and you would put your little nickel in that there was a little coin thing. You put your little nickel in there as an offering, and you picked up a little wax stick and you lit it from one candle to light another candle, and it was done in memory or honor of something. It was either a prayer or an intention or a memory of a loved one who had crossed. Well, that's what I got from Zuzu. That Zuzu's mama, I just got a visual of going into a church and lighting a candle in her honor, and that she would be able to reach out to you that way and fill your heart with just such a sense of peace and love and calm, and that you're supposed to go light a candle. So Zuzu's mama, I hope that's not too far-fetched for you, but that's what I got a sense of her from. So let's talk about the animal collective. The animal collective is the inspiration, it's what I call the inspired messages that I receive, the insights that I receive. I ask. I have worked with so many animals now and been able to connect with so many wonderful spirits and souls on the other side. And it just fills my heart with love to be able to do this. So I just ask them, and why? Why do I do that? It's because when my animals crossed, I had three seniors. I knew what I was getting into. Jack and Lucy had been together their whole lives since they were puppies. Winston came into my life much, much later when they were already seniors. But I had three seniors and they all crossed within 18 months. And when Jack and Lucy crossed, even though in my mind I logically knew what to expect, when they crossed, especially Jack and Lucy and Winston, who crossed within a week of each other, the pain was so intense it was almost unbearable. Excuse me, sorry for the voice cracking. The pain was so intense that it was almost unbearable. And when Lucy crossed, I just asked. I just set this intention and asked her to please show me, to please come to me, to please let me know that she was okay, to let me know that it was okay that I helped her cross. I just was filled with so much regret and guilt. And you guys, even though she looked at me with those eyes at the very end, she looked at me with eyes that said, I can't do this anymore. Please help me. Sorry, guys, did not expect this coming through. Okay, so I asked her, and the message I got was that I can help other people. Number one, that she was okay, that everything was okay, that she was in heaven, and that heaven was amazing and wonderful, and that she had stepped into her higher self, and that she was there to help me. Help me. She was there to help me, help you. And so she's the one who really opened the doors for all of this. I have no tissues by me because I had no expectation of crying. Okay, so that's why I do this, because she showed me that I can help ease other people's pain, that we don't need to feel this. That's really what comes through all the time. We don't need to feel this. And I share all these ways. So I share suggestions all the time about how you might be able to connect with your animal companion. But the message that came through today from the Animal Collective was just ask. All you have to do is ask, like I did with Lucy. All you need to do is ask and let all your fears, let all your doubts, let all that unresolved guilt, just let it float away. They'll take it from you. Let it float away and ask them to show you, number one, that you're forgiven for whatever you're holding yourself responsible for. Number two, that they are in a beautiful place. They are safe. They are loved. They know how much that you still love them and they still love you. So was there anything else that they just asked? Was that was like the big message for the day, was that all we need to do is just ask for their help, um, that they're ready to help us from the other side of life. They are always with us and ready to help us from the other side of life. And some other things that came through. Oh, you know what? At the very end, this was with Zouzou's reading, but I couldn't quite understand the meaning of it or what it was, but it was very clear. Sometimes I've received the clearest image, and it was white, and I can't tell if it was a pillow or clothing of some kind, pajamas that came through. But it was white with like this wine colored red, reddish purple. I don't know, maybe kind of almost like the color of this shirt. But it was a pattern all over this white background, and it was an unusual pattern, like mystical flowers, or a like a mystic elephant. I think of like when I think of things from the Hindu line. Anyway, it was an image like that. It was a very mystical image, and it was all over this white cloth. Um, there was something else from the Animal Collective. Hang tight. Oh, yeah. This came through from the Animal Collective, that you are not just connected to your animal companion on the other side of life. You are deeply connected. It's not just a connection that if you, and I love to do the heart bridge. So where I do quiet my mind and I go into my heart, I imagine this beautiful little bridge springs from my heart. And it goes across this beautiful little creek. And on the other side of the bridge are all the animals who've ever shared my life. And I invite them to step across the bridge and join me in my heart. Well, as I did that today, uh, I got this sensation that to tell you that you are not just connected to your animal on the other side of life. You can imagine that bridge, but you are so deeply connected to them that all you need to do is ask, and they will show up for you. Okay, I think that's it for now. I think that's all I have to share. So that is a beautiful message today from Zouzou and from the Animal Collective. And until our next reading or until our next video, whenever that might be, may animals light your way. Take care, everybody. So much love.